Hello, I'm Pastor Dave, and I'm coming to discuss a special announcement that many received on Monday night from our bishop and cabinet. On Monday night, we received guidance from the bishop and cabinet to cease in person worship and all activities until 2021. This was based on the increasing rate of positive tests within Pennsylvania. At this time, I've made the choice that I have no intention of closing the churches down for in person worship. The only way I'm going to completely close the churches down is if someone tests positive for the virus. My outlook on this from the beginning has been one of risk management. I know there is absolutely no way that we can remove all risk. The only thing we can do is manage the risk down to an acceptable level. In coming to my conclusion, I know that there are many in the church, or in both churches, who are not able to worship online. And I know that for some, the church is the main socializing activity they have. And I also know that social isolation can lead to additional issues, especially around the holidays. As a result, there will continue to be an in-person worship option. However, we all have a choice we need to make. If you have the ability to live stream the worship service, whether you watch it when it's live or watch the recording of it later, I urge you to use that option. For those who are unable to worship using the live stream or using the internet, that in-person option will remain, essentially watching me do the live stream. I'm not going to define what able and unable is. We can all do that. However, if you are going to come to the church, you need to take your temperature in advance. If you have a fever, you need to, or anyone in your household has a fever, you need to stay home. In church, you will need to remain masked. You will need to sit 6 feet apart from others who are not part of your household. Also, if you, an immediate member of your family, a member of your household, or even someone you are in regular contact with is sick, please stay home. Also, if you do come to the church, you are agreeing that if you test positive, you will inform me so I can inform others that they need to isolate and so we can take appropriate measures. I would ask that in-person be reserved for those who cannot worship online. But I'm not going to ask you what your level of internet access is at the door. You are adults, you can make that decision. That being said, there are people who are part of the worship service themselves, especially the worship leaders. Please know that I do not expect you to be there on Sunday morning. Make the appropriate choice you have to make. We will get through whatever we have to do. And I say all of this knowing full well that many have already made the sacrifice of not coming in church, that we've already canceled many activities, our worship service has already been condensed down. We can make additional steps if we need to. I would prefer not. But it all depends on what's happening around us. Now, additionally, I know that there are some who are holding on to their offerings. And at this time, we do not have an online giving option. However, there are ways of getting it to the church. You can drop it off at the church, you can drop it off here at the office, or you can mail it in. The address for both churches is 7398 Route 235, Mifflintown, PA 17059. Again, the mailing address for both churches is 7398 Route 235, Mifflintown, PA 17059. In saying this, neither church is in any financial hardship. We are not in desperate needs of funds, but I give this as an option for those who would still like to give or would like to get their offerings into the church as opposed to holding them. Additionally, this coming Sunday is December 6th. It's the first Sunday of the month. Typically, we have Holy Communion. Every month, I've actually been consecrating more elements than what we need that Sunday. You typically see me when I have the basket of elements up front. I've been purposely doing that for this type of situation. These pre-consecrated elements will be available by the time this video is released. They will be at both churches, as well as some at the office, as well as the parsonage. If you would like communion elements for this coming Sunday for the live stream, stop at either church, stop by the office, even stop at the parsonage, and we will get those to you. I will also be here Sunday afternoon to offer communion as well. In closing, please keep in mind that this is an ever-changing situation. Even looking at the numbers this morning, I saw when our height in Juniata County was versus where it was the last time it was updated. The situation is fluid. I cannot tell you what next week will bring. If there's going to be a drastic change, I will make an announcement both here on Facebook as well as the phone announcements like I am doing now. Also, I will make an announcement regarding what Christmas will look like closer to Christmas. Sometime the week before, everything for Christmas and New Year's will be announced. At this point, it's so far in the future, who knows what it will look like, and who knows what might be up my sleeves and what's rolling around in the back of my mind. Things are going to be changing. Things are going to be popping up. We're going to go back to some of the things we were doing earlier this year. But that in-person option for those without internet will still be there. But know full well that things are going to be different. And I encourage you to please use the online tools and please stay safe. But also remember through all of this that this season of Advent reminds us that we need patience. That this is a time of preparation. It's a time of waiting. And this is a time in our world that we need patience. But also remember what happened at Christmas. As we hear time and again, into the darkness came a great light. In this time of darkness in our world, Christ is still our light. And Christ is coming. But until I see you again, may the Lord bless you and keep you this day. Take care.